Have you ever curled, Victoria?
I haven't, and I only recently found out that the sport has been adapted for people with low vision. Have you?
Never in my life, although I gotta say, when I'm flipping channels on TV, if I spot curling, I'm compelled to stop and watch it for a bit. Quite fascinating.
Well, we're about to meet Team Alberta's blind and low vision curlers at the Granite Club in Edmonton as they prepare for the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championships.
Representing Alberta at the recent tournament in Ottawa, they tell us more about the sport of blind curling and the adaptations that make it unique.
Rocks, brooms, and a clean sheet of ice. These are all things you'll find at the Granite, where the Edmonton Blind Curling Club, the only one of its kind in Alberta, has been playing since 1972.
Yep.
For Team Alberta skip, Natalie Morin, curling is a big part of her life.
I've grown up in this club. I started curling when I was about 7. If I wanted to hang out with my dad on a weekend, this is where I came. It's got such a sense of community and family.
Nice shot, Natalie.
My name is Gerry Chevalier. I'm a member of the Edmonton Blind Curling Club, and I'm also the lead for Team Alberta. Some number of years ago, the CCB, the Canadian Council of the Blind, sponsored a national curling bonspiel. We've been participating, I think, for about 10 years now.
Our team is made up of 7 people. It's a little more than what conventional curling is, but we have our lead, Gerry Chevalier. The role of the lead is to kind of set the tone for the end. They sort of determine how you may, as a skip, call the rest of the end. The leads throw 2, then the second step in. Dave Erno. They're going to throw a lot of guards and positional rocks to enhance what the lead has done. Then the third is my dad, Roger Morin. Their job is to make my job easier. A selection of draws, takeouts, kind of whatever we need to do to make sure that we can either score multiple points or at least have a shot to bail if we have to.
Right at me. Attaboy, that's a good shot, right down the middle.
We have an on-ice guide, Mandy Collins.
I'll take Gerry's elbow, I'll put him in the hack, I'll straighten him out, I'll make sure his feet are aligned, his shoulders and hips are aligned so that he's going to throw this rock straight. He uses a stick, so I'll position the stick on the rock handle. I'll put the rock on the line and I tap a broom in the direction that he needs to go.
Right at me, Gerry. There you go, nice shot.
As soon as he releases the rock, Natalie and them judge whether sweeping is required.
A lot of folks like Gerry, who used to have vision, get a mental picture in the house and where all the rocks are, so then that way he is involved in the game as much as we are.
Just a little light, Gerry, a little more weight, that would have been good.
Then our coach, Lior Javny, she watches a lot of the teams we're going to be playing, watches our game. She also does a lot of pre-game briefing, post-game briefing. We also have a designated sweeper that comes with us who is vision impaired. Their role is to replace the sweeping that the lead can't do. And then, of course, myself, I throw last, kind of the team leader. You call the game, call the sweeping.
Yep.
Once everybody, including your opposition, has thrown their 8 rocks, have a look at the house and see who's counting. Ideally, you want to have more rocks closer to the button, which is the center circle, than your opposition. Whoever scores the points, they throw first in the second end, and then just repeat the process. Traditionally, the 12-foot circle, which is the outer circle, is blue. The 8-foot circle, which would be the next one closer to the center, is white. Then the 4-foot circle, which is the one that's right around the button, that is the focal point of the whole thing. You want to have more of your rocks closer to the button at the completion of the end than your opposition. We are competing in the Canadian Vision Impaired Curling Championships.
I think the highlight is meeting all the participants from across Canada. In between matchups on the ice, we have lunch together and dinner together. So there's a lot of socializing and just a chance to meet fellow visually impaired curlers from across the country.
It means a great deal. This is, our blind Briar or blind Scotties. So this is the pinnacle for us. This is our national championship, and to be able to put, the Alberta Jackets on is always a great joy.
I can certainly say that I've learned a lot about the sport of curling. They were so descriptive.
Yeah, I really like how Mandy helps get Gerry into position and then gives him an audible description of where he has to throw the rock.
Agreed. Alex says that some curlers also have lights on their brooms to help guide players with limited vision throw their rocks in the direction they want.
Team Alberta won bronze at this year's CVI-CC, and you can bet they're looking forward to next year when they're going to go for gold.